What does the wrench light mean on a Ford? Versions of the vehicles made by Ford, particularly the Ford WD and the AWD, sometimes show wrench light. Most users must have wondered, what does this wrench light mean? We would be discussing that and more in this video. So, what's up with the wrench light anyway? The wrench light in a Ford vehicle simply means that something is wrong. The light is yellow in color and it is shaped like a wrench. Whenever the computer in the car finds out a problem with transmission or engine, the light comes on. And when it does, the performance of the Ford vehicle is greatly inhibited. In some cases, when the light of the wrench comes on, the engine light also comes on. This means that the problem is with the transmission or the engine. The two lights that are mentioned above are similar in some ways. What differentiates the two is this: the indicator light shaped like a wrench is a sole make of Ford Motors, whereas the engine check light is one of the onboard diagnostics. It is a system that checks errors in all the cars that are produced in the United States of America. This was started in the year 1996. When this light comes on, the car automatically goes into zombie mode. This is to curtail mechanical stress that is placed on a particular part of the car that is having a problem. The light can come on when you have a low boost. Furthermore, it can also come on when your system has a really low voltage. An unusual differences in temperature between cylinder head and block can also cause the light to come on. If the oil cooler is faulty, the light can come on as well. In some cases, when the light comes on, it means that your car needs proper checkup and maintenance. Please do take your car for a check. Some other times, it could mean that there is a problem with the wheel drive or a powertrain. The light will cause the fault codes which are stored in the memory of the computer to be activated. When this happens, you have two choices: treat the cars yourself or get a mechanic to take care of it after diagnosis. What do you do when the light comes on? Step 1. Clear codes. The very first thing that is expected of anyone whose light comes on is to pull over. There is not much choice about that anyway, because the car would practically start crawling and some vital functions will shut down. You can neither shift on transmission nor move further. But do not panic when you are in this kind of situation, it is not the end of the world. What counts is what you do after the light comes on. The first? Pull over. And the second? Get help quickly. The computer of the car would most probably store the DTC, diagnostic trouble codes, even when the engine check light is not on. Inactivated codes do not cause the engine check light to come on. If you've got the OBD scanning tool, fetch the codes. On the flip side, if you do not have the scan tool, you can get one at any store that is around you that deals on parts. They may even help you scan your car computer for free. If you are extremely far away from a local store dealing with car parts, do not fret. We know that the car may be hard to move to the car parts store because the power of the engine is limited. If this is the case, you can turn the engine off, then restart after some time. The wrench indicator light may just disappear. If this happens, the car will start and will drive as if nothing happened at all. But be warned, the issue is not yet fixed, and the light would come on again. Hence, it is vital that the computer is scanned and the diagnostic codes gotten quickly. Should the restarting work, you can do the diagnosis by yourself if you feel very okay doing that. You can do a little bit of trial and error, a little bit of guesswork. You have to find out what caused the light to come on. For instance, while trying out a few things, you discover that the light switches on anytime you shift the gear to 3. You can already guess that the issue here will be located in your transmission. When the problem has been discovered, you can proceed to the mechanic who will help you get rid of the problem. The info about what causes the light to come on is vital even if you are not a do-it-yourself kind of person. If you are reading this and thinking about getting a scanning tool, you are thinking rightly. But pay attention. Some of the inexpensive scanning tools out there are not worth the cash. This is because they cannot read pending or inactive codes. Neither can they read the specific codes of the manufacturer. Examples of these specific manufacturer codes are the U codes, C codes, and the B codes. In fact, by experience, we can say that most times, specific codes by the manufacturer begin with P1XXX. Earlier on, only a few codes that professionals use could detect these problem codes. And they were awfully expensive. However, improvement in technology has made the cost to reduce. The BlueDriver scan tool is one that is tethered to an app, a smartphone app. For some car producers like Ford, you could get all of the trouble codes. Another thing that you can do is to check the ETB. The ETB stands for electronic throttle body. It is vital to check the ETB if you have ridden your vehicle for a large number of miles. The buildup of carbon and sticky gunk in the ETB could cause your throttle plate not to move properly. This will cause the computer to be confused as it cannot find the correct placement for the throttle. Whenever this happens, your computer would turn the indicator light on, and this will cause the engine to go to limp mode. If you find that the ETB is dirty, you can quickly clean it with a suitable cleaner and do the idle relearn method. Make sure that you are not confusing the wrench indicator light with the change oil reminder light. Wrench lights are warning lights while the oil lights are reminder lights. Only a few Ford cars like Ford Fiesta 2013, 2012, and 2011 have the change oil reminder light. Some people who use Ford trucks say that no code comes up when this diagnosis is run. They say the indicator light is ghosting. This isn't unusual or unheard of. This does not also mean that the problem has been solved. If you are done with the OBD tool and nothing comes up, you may want to do the next thing we would talk about. NB, in case you have a Ford truck and the warning light shows up, take it to the store immediately or you could get stranded. Do not clear codes. Never, ever do that. Step 2, check the control module of the powertrain. So, you discovered that your car engine has begun to misfire or stall. It has started failing or is not economizing fuel as it is supposed to. There are two causes. First, it could be that you have a falling or bad engine control module (ECM). Second, it could be that the powertrain control module is problematic. The PCM is the major computer for every drivability function and engine performance issues. It usually receives information that was taken from the sensors in various parts of the engine. PCM uses the information to tune and calculate the spark of the engine and gas for maximal fuel efficiency and engine power. When you are checking out your PCM, you could check if there is an issue with connectors and wiring. Wirings of the PCM must be insulated fully without any breaks at all. The connectors must be exceptionally clean without connector blades or any bent pins. You can also check if water has damaged anything. If there is water in the PCM, it could lead to short-circuiting. It can also begin a process that leads to irreversible corrosion. Vibrations and thermal stress could also be something that will cause problems. They form microcracks inside the circuit boards. Luckily, this can be repaired. If your PCM is damaged to the point where it cannot be fixed, it is then vital that you change it totally, and that would lead us to step 3. Step 3, replacing the PCM. Doing away with a PCM and putting a new one in its place is simple. It is just like exchanging one box for another. The main problem in changing PCM is usually the accessibility of PCM. This is because your PCM is usually beneath many other components that are located inside the instrument panel, console, or weather control system. Some may even be found under the car seat and would need you to remove the car seat. Should you want to do it yourself, you can go through the following steps to replacing PCM. Before we delve into how to do the replacement, make sure that you have checked thoroughly and have confirmed that the PCM needs changing. PCM is not like a tire that you can change anytime you want. It is quite expensive, and it is a complex component. The tools needed in changing the PCM are sockets, wrenches, and a screwdriver. First step, disconnection of the battery. Detach the negative wire of the battery, usually the black wire, from the battery's terminal. 2. Locating PCM. When the above mentioned is done, you can search for your PCM, copy out the numbers which are written on it. 3. Check up the number on the PCM. Research on those numbers in modules which are based on your car's model, year of manufacture, components of the drivetrain, and engine. If you go to any car parts store, they will request for the number you copied out from the PCM. This is to make sure that the one you are buying is a good fit for the Ford truck. 4. Installation of your new module. When you must have bought your new module, you have to juxtapose it with the old module. The mounting locations and connectors have to match. Some places would not even accept old modules as return items if it has ever been plugged into a car before. You can as well do any updates to flash that you want before you can finally install your new module. Detach your old module by unclipping it. Pull the module out gently, then you can install the one you just got in place of the old. 5. Reconnecting your battery. When you are done with the installation, you can then connect the battery back. You can now start your car or truck. If changing the PCM brings an end to your issues, then you are good to go. But if you start your vehicle and the yellow light comes on again, go ahead to the next step. We draw the curtain here for this video. Kindly check the next post for the second part of what does the wrench light mean on a Ford? If you've enjoyed this video, click the subscribe button below and hit the notification bell so you'll know once we post a new video. Also, drop a comment below so we can know your thoughts. Finally, don't forget to check the description below for more details and visit our site www.zimwrench.com for more awesome wrench content like this.